This video I'm going to be reviewing some reports regarding bookkeeping shown here in QuickBooks. If you've seen some of my other videos, this is just a mock company I have with not a lot of information in it, but it serves the purpose of showing what I intend to show. Here in QuickBooks, I like to use the drop-down menus, reports, and I'll start simple. The balance sheet. So the reports drop down, company financial, balance sheet. Now you can have detail, summary. The standard is usually what people will use. Now it comes up with this here, this report. I'm just going to make it bigger. Now the balance sheet does not have a start date and an end date. It's continual. You just put the day you want it to finish. Like one date, like as of today, or if someone says we want it as of the end of the first quarter, March 31st, you can also go back to the end of the prior year and see where you were. And with this highlighted here, you can also just type, click off it. It always goes to the current year, and there it is. Now, it starts with your assets. And that little arrow pointing down shows subcategories. Then there's current assets. Now I can hit this little arrow and hide the details, or I can leave it open. And you should watch my video on assets and liabilities, or also on the chart of accounts to explain some of this. If you have a checking account like I have in my account, it actually shows us negative, but that's because it's not a real company. So you can actually have a negative asset. It's probably a good example. If you have a negative in front of it, it's actually a liability. Because what this does, this chart of accounts, total liabilities and equity, is actually negative. It takes the assets, which usually are a positive number, and it adds them all up and takes the liabilities, and of course you want to have a positive number. Obviously the assets, you can have different types of assets. Current asset, checking savings, other current, which is, for example, undeposited funds, then total current assets, total assets. That's really all that is. Liability, that's things like, well, your assets are like your cash account, your checking, your savings. Undeposited funds, just because they have not made it to your actual bank account, it's something that the company has of value. What I don't have on here is an asset like a car. This is something I'll get into in the future. But that would also be here. The value of it that is on the books, the value of it would show here. Anything that the company has or is intending to receive, that's like accounts receivable, intending to receive money from a customer, that would be an asset. Down here, same thing. Accounts payable, people you owe money to. You might have a loan or a credit line. That would fall under liabilities, current or other current liabilities. And again, assets minus your liabilities, that's the report right there. You pick the date you want it as. And it would change if you go back. I'll do the end of last year. See, there's nothing. I'll do the first quarter, because I've done some videos, so I haven't done anything since then. So that's a basic look at the balance sheet. It represents everything the company owns and owes. So I might do a part 2 to this. We'll see. So thank you for watching, and look for part 2.